Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to another post-match thoughts. Today we are summing up Luton's 2-0 win over Coventry City. A bit disappointing, George.
Yeah, very disappointing. I said going into the game it was a must-win, to be honest, but in the end it would have been a miracle even if we got a draw. It seemed like we kind of set up in the how we have in the previous few games, to kind of draw the first half and then give us an option to really go for it in the second because we had two decent strikers on the bench. But going one down, we sort of looked clueless. Like we didn't really know where a goal was going to come from, and then obviously we went down to 10 men, and they scored a second. It was game over at that point, really.
Yeah, very disappointing, Harry.
Yeah, I don't really know how we could have improved today, to be honest, because it didn't look like anyone was really awake. Ben Wilson's first half was diabolical. He made so many howlers he could have been punished for, should have been punished for. The penalty, harsh. Midfield overrun, strikers starved. How Biamo didn't score, I don't know. It looked for all the world as if that was just going to roll and nestle into the bottom right.
I don't think he could have done a whole lot more though. He did. He put it in the
He did exactly the right
place.
thing. I think that the pitch killed that spin and stopped the ball from spinning in towards the target and just started making it go straight instead, and it just ended up being a P-roller off the post. Second half, changed too late, tried the same stuff too much. DaCosta can't defend, couldn't defend. Sheaf tried his hardest to give Luton a third goal. Wilson prevented that. It was a really poor game from us.
Speaking of Coventry players trying to give Luton a goal, we actually hit we hit our own woodwork 3 times today, which is a madness. The first half, up until their first goal, I thought Coventry were okay. We had 1 or 2 decent chances. Like you said, Max Biamu, we all thought that was in. We were celebrating during the stream. But after they went 2-0 up and we had a red card, was it always a case of damage limitations in the second half?
In my opinion, I would have liked to have seen us go for it and just make the changes at half time. At least bring on another striker. Obviously, go 4 at the back. What's that? 2 in the middle, then 3 in the middle, then 2 up top, and just go for it at that point. But it seems like he was so hesitant to make the changes, as seems to be the case with Robbins, that he's just sort of expected us to lose anyway. So he went, I'll wait until about 75 minutes to bring on Walker and Godden. I would have liked to have seen us go for it, but it just wasn't.
Derby were 2-0 down at half time. They brought in a substitute and he scored in the 46th minute. They scored again in the last 5 minutes to equalise the game against Brentford, who are better than Luton. Luton aren't a bad team. Brentford are better than them, as the league table would suggest. If Derby can do that, who are one place above us, for a team challenging for the playoffs, why can't we? There was no reason we shouldn't have.
I think the red card plays a factor into that, though, doesn't it?
Red card, yes, it does, but you have to make the change to give yourself the chance. You've got 10 men, you're 2-0 down, you're away from home, the pitch is poor. Why are you keeping Max on his own? I mean, I like him, he's a good striker, he is solid, he works hard. But if he ain't getting the ball, he can't do anything.
Yeah. Would you say Robbins was a bit reluctant for the changes? Because he made them quite late in the game, and it was still 2-0.
His first 2 changes were defensive like for likes.
Yeah, they were like for like. James's first changes.
It doesn't make sense.
It wasn't working in the first half, our system. So what makes him think that it would work in the second and a man less? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. But
I hesitate to call him stubborn. There'll be reasons for why he did that. Maybe with the one on Saturday. But I go back to Derby. They did that. They rested 6 starting players for our game against them, and they still lost. So
people want to know, by the way, guys, our thoughts on the handball situation, because plenty of people in the stream were disagreeing. Is it a handball from McFadzean?
We're going to see it again in a second. We'll get a good view.
I think it depends on the letter of the law. I mean, if you're in the box and it hits you in the arm, is it a penalty? I don't know. I think it hit him on the arm, but whether or not he meant it to hit him on the arm is another thing. I think he went to chest it, but then his arm travelled with his chest, as it tends to do because your arm is connected to your torso. and then it just hit him on the arm. I don't think he lifted his arm up or anything like that. I think he went to chest it, but it hit him on his chest and then onto his arm. I don't think he meant to hit it on his arm.
Handball?
Fads was fuming with the decision, wasn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
he was pointing to his chest to say, the replay's on right now, let's see if we can get a decent view of it. Oh no, that's the first goal. He was pointing to his chest going, ref, it hit me here. And without seeing another replay, I'm not sure. Michael was convinced. He came on at the stream at half time and said the referee's had a stinker. Without seeing the replay, I can't be sure. At first thought, yeah, maybe it looked like he hit his shoulder, but he moved his chest in a direction towards the ball, which moved his arm at the same time. So I can see why the ref thought it might have hit his shoulder. I think this is the replay now of that. It looks to me now in real time, just seeing that again, like it hit his chest.
I'm not sure. I feel like it did hit his arm. And it's another red card for McFadzean. Another penalty we've given away. Just looking at the other results, guys, in terms of the bottom end of the table, Derby obviously drawing, not great for Coventry, considering they were 2-0 down, but Rotherham losing 4-1. That was quite interesting, and that obviously has done Coventry City a favour. We'll look ahead to the next game now. Wycombe Wanderers at home. It's got to be a win, hasn't it?
Definitely, yeah. But it's one of them where we could slip up because Wycombe, they're not going to get out of relegation now, are they? So they really have nothing to play for.
They're just trying to upset people now, aren't they?
Exactly. So
it's a race to not finish bottom for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But massive game against Wycombe, isn't it?
It's always a massive game against Wycombe. Every time we play them, it's a massive game.
Mm.
Played them in the semi-final of the Cup. Played them when we were promotion chasing in League One. We played them when we're relegation fighting now.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our post-match thoughts, guys. Fair play to Luton. Any Luton fans watching, you were the better team. And to be honest, in the end, 2-0, we kind of got away with it. Could have been more. Some heroics from Ostigard, some heroics from Wilson. But a disappointing one for Coventry City. We move on to the next game against Wycombe. Let's hope we get 3 points there. Cheers for watching this video, guys, and peace out.
See you guys.